Hello folks of YouTube Future, I'm Essel. Welcome to Skul the Hero Slayer, a brand new roguelite, whatever you want to call it, out from Southpaw Games and NeoWiz. They all went out on Steam, which is where I picked the game up for a launch discount. There's a lot going on here. I think as per most of our impressions and initial takes videos, we're going to take a quick, I don't know if we have a name for the series yet, but we're going to take a quick look at the game while doing a run. So join me. We have just talked to the Fox Hunter, who has given us a bonus skull, which I'll illustrate our major mechanic of the game. Which is to say that instead of just picking up items or picking up other upgrades for our character as we progress through a roguelike single-instanced run, we get to pick up skulls. And these skulls give us effectively new characters worth of movesets and passives and synergies and basically giving us a whole new character to work with. This makes the game very dynamic. So there's a lot happening, a lot of mechanics. So this is our titular character, Skul. His main powers are to throw his head at things, which is very funny, and then teleport to his head, which is very powerful. So we got a lot of mobility here. You'll notice that our dash has a lot of landing lag, because we can do 2 of them. And also because there are upgrades to the dash, different style dash of different characters. And because the game feels a little stiff at times, which is not necessarily a great thing. So yeah, we are playing a side-scrolling roguelike here. Again, much in the style of Dead Cells. I think I mentioned that while I was on the stream earlier tonight. I think the game that is most closely related is stuff like Dead Cells, Rogue Legacy. We can go here. This is a skull room. Picking up more skulls this way. Using the power of our nth skull here, we get a brief period of invulnerability upon emerging from the ground on our swap. All the skulls have a unique swap attack, and then a unique skill as well. But here we have this Thorns attack. It'll be a little more bombastic with more enemies around, but it'll at least do the job here. Oh, this is the new NPC. Like a lot of roguelikes, NPCs appear at random during your runs. In this case, we're going to save this big skeleton guy and see what happens. Alright, what's your deal? Where'd everyone go? Who are you? I heard footsteps in my sleep, but thought it was a dream. If this isn't a dream, it's something I need to do. But then again, I'm so tired and sleepy. Can you spare me part of some of your vitality? Sure. Still too sleepy. I'm so sorry, but this is my watcher companion's head. Can you kindly bury it somewhere nice? I really wanted it to do myself, but I'm too sleepy. Carlian recruits. Okay, this is a pretty reasonable skull. I think we're gonna dust it because the ent is really nice. The swap animation is fantastic. Oh, hello, Enchanter. I'm still doing the impression, so I'll chat more in a sec. But yeah, so we're looking at a game that is not quite as... Oh, I did not like the last time I got it. Really did not like it. That might be wrong of me. I'm not positive. It did not feel good though. 601 gold. The room to the right's a gold room. This is a item room. So like a lot of roguelikes, we have, you know, a standard room structure of varying types of encounters that have different effects. Yeah, the magic thorns are really powerful. The skulls themselves can classify in different types and rarities, again, like any good roguelike should. So we have a lot of like very basic ingredients along with a very, very nice soundtrack. Good presentation overall. And a very delightful premise, the idea that you can just swap your heads around, and the fact that your main character, they take this lightly enough that we can do stuff like this, right? That's very funny. It's very silly that we can do this, and very good that we can. It's very cool too, because having Skul be this powerful, it makes for a very compelling reason to keep him around. At least so far, I have no idea what the actual meta of the game looks. Whoa! I have never seen this before. Infinite Bone. Skills create a 30% chance of resetting their cooldown when used and have 2 passives. I believe it's called seals. One fascinating part of the system in this game is each item has ties to 2 different seals, in this case Sorcery and Mirage, which stack based on how many versions of the seal you have on your item. So if you look over here, we have Sorcery and Mirage on the top left. So if we get another item of Sorcery, we'd end up with 20% cooldown speed versus just the one. So we have the primary effect up here, or geez, sorry, I'm trying to use my mouse too. Oh, if the cursor's not capturing, that's fine. 30% cooldown just from the effect of having the Infinite Bone and then the 2 seals as well. So items that you otherwise would not take because they are a little too narrow become a lot more interesting with the seals. So health here from the Ogre Chef we can buy. I think we're probably good for right now, though. This guy can appear. These NPCs can appear at random. This guy offers us an active item called the Quintessence. This guy offers us skulls, and this I have not seen yet. Here we have regular items to buy. This is a crit rate item. This is pretty strong offense. Ring of Wind, attack speed, and move speed seems pretty strong as well. We'll grab that. That sounds kind of nice for quality of life. Give this, I think, the sprint passive as well, which is good to give us increased attack and move speed based on how fast we're moved. And Sword gets us physical attack and magic attack by a percentage after we jump. Okay, so this is our first mini-boss, one of the adventurers. The game is very focused on its plot, and the first thing, it's, you know, in a standard roguelike way. Not quite Hades, but not much is, right? Oh, we got a cooldown reset. Oh my god, that's so cool. Cool, get it. Cooldown. I don't know why there's a Leroy Jenkins joke in this game in 2021. The game just came out. Don't know what's up with that, but hey. So yeah, so I have not progressed too far into the second area yet. Just beat the first boss a little bit ago, finally. But in the first area, we fight an adventurer, and there's a counter post run the track adventurers fought. So I'm assuming we're gonna fight more of these guys as mini bosses throughout the run, because we are supporting the Demon King, who has been killed, or at least kidnapped by the human forces. We're trying to get him back. That's the main goal of the game so far. Oh, the skull went away. Oops. Bad timing on that. Very lazy in the dodges there. Oops. I think the game feels a lot stiffer than something like Dead Cells, which is a little bit to its detriment. I do think a lot of the attack combos feel great, so it leaves me wondering if, as we get more upgrades and stronger skulls, that the game's going to feel better and better as we get more powerful. Something that I've noticed while playing Path of Exile as well is that a lot of skills just feel kind of bad until you get a lot of upgrades for them. And this is more of a way to highlight just how good the upgrades feel rather than lacking the understanding of how to make the game feel good. Gene, not done Gene yet. Well, dashing teleports forward. Okay, so very much like the Ent. And then charges forward doing fizz damage. Okay, that seems pretty good. Let's take Madusa though. Madusa is super good. Skill cooldown speed and gives a big petrification wave. This is Arachne, an NPC we encounter every time in 1-2, and she will let us upgrade our skull. In this case, we can do 10 bones to upgrade our Ent into the next tier up. Old Ent. Now, Old Ent has a lot more passives attached, modified effects across the board. The system is fantastic. I think this is one of the most interesting things about the game so far, is getting these bone fragments by discarding skulls. We get to upgrade our skulls. Higher tier skulls would have higher tier requirements. So, for example, unique skulls like the Samurai require 100 bones to upgrade. But, with the case at the end here, we're getting a huge amount of benefits, including a massive upgrade to our Thorns attack, upgrades to our passives. Shoutouts to the legendary item we got, the bone, which is insane. 30% chance is so high. Oops, I forgot. See, on the whole, I think the game, there's not much to say. It's a side-scrolling roguelike. It's got a really, really, really engaging core system. And the combat is a little less fluid than some of its contemporaries like Hades and Dead Cells. I don't know how much more there's to say. I don't know what's up with these dummies. I guess they're just here to sort of test out items, which I think is a great idea. We go for another skull to replace skull. Or an item. We're a little light on items. Let's go item here. So I'm very intrigued to explore the game more. So the game currently is going for, I think, $16 as a launch promotion, and it'll be $20 normally. The art's gorgeous. I think the animations are really, really strong across the board. Nothing, you know, earth-shattering. This cloud will do damage over time. Nothing, you know, that'll be industry-shaking, but definitely a great art style. Especially as they're sort of doing their own flair on classic fantasy tropes. Those thorns you're seeing are a bonus effect of being the Old Ent Skull. This is good. Damage reduction effects. back to the store. That one's a little tricky. Huge heal, but damage increased. This guy I don't love. I like Madusa a lot. We haven't used it at all because I forgot to use it, but... Quint cooldown speed and max HP with ruins and swamps of poison effect. This sounds really good. Yeah, you do get to play as the monsters, and beyond that, it's really neat because the story is doing, I think, a fairly classic, like, recent anime trend of showing, you know, RPG monsters in their own world fighting against the humans, because they're just misunderstood, more or less, and I know this game's coming out of South Korea, but just the sort of the vibe coming out of this. Swamp's a great effect to give us a chance to poison on hit and poison AoE on kill. And max HP from this incense burner and Quint cooldown, which is really nice on Madusa, which is already at a pretty high cooldown. So that'll be nice. Madusa is very strong. Well, I can show it off here in a sec when we get that next big enemy horde. So our poison effect coming in. So just huge AoE damage attack with a Petrify. Yeah, we got really strong really fast. The poison effect is so good. I was a little skeptical at first when I heard about it, but it's really strong. We'll take this. Skulls can always be dusted to form to get oh yeah. Oh my god. The infinite bone is a little absurd. Can be dusted to pick up oh, this is new. I've seen this one before. That's wild. Can be destroyed to pick up more bone fragments we can use to upgrade our skulls later. So it's really nice. No matter what, we have the ability to pick up something here. Yeah, the old end skull feels great. I think the end is a little bit hit or miss, but the old end skull from the upgraded version is really strong. So I haven't done a lot of the upgrades yet. I think they're going to be very valuable. Petty Thief at this point, I think we want to just dust some more bones. Then we need 30 to upgrade the old end again. This is our first boss. I've only beaten it once, so let's hope we get through it and we can show you off some little more of the game. But yeah, I think you know, I haven't played enough to really develop like any sort of serious taste other than if you like side-scrolling roguelikes, you think the idea of swapping skulls to get character loadouts is fun, pick it up. I think the game feels immensely better the stronger you are, which is why I have that sort of theory as it stands about, oh dear, does the root thing not work on this guy? Oh, it does not. That sucks. Okay, well that's gonna be a little awkward. Try to be as safe as possible. This is going to be a much slower fight than I had last time. I had Samurai with one of the strongest skulls I've used so far. And Samurai is really powerful. Maybe once this guy's face... There's a phase of this fight where the guy's face is on there. Maybe it'll proc then. That's a bad dodge. There we go. Yeah. Oh, downward. Oh, I did a downward attack. That's my bad. Oops. Being very lazy here. Oop. But yeah, this voice acting in the plot didn't get a lot of NPCs, a lot of dialogue. So I think there's, you know, there's enough mythos here to be really interesting in terms of a game looking to develop its own world, and it's got a really unique flavor to it. Like, you know, sort of corrupted monsters getting hit with the dark quartz is not exactly a fresh concept, but the game has a great look to it. It does kind of have, you know, this is probably a game that was on Kickstarter look to it. I don't know if that's the case. It just kind of has the kind of vibe. Oops. God, I need to be a lot smarter with my dodges. I don't know how it works so far on the tier list. Like, I could be so wrong. I could be super wrong about how Samurai works. But so far, oh god. Okay, that was bad. Okay, let's see. There we go. Finally. Nope. Let's go. Oh, okay. This is now 2 for 2. My last two runs have had a W on the end fight. Big chest here, gives us a ton of quartz, which we can use to get persistent upgrades. And Priestess's Veil. This is a great one. Gives us the ability Spring, which gives us HP regen per area. Made 2 Leonia, so you see that below my head. They give us HP recovery rate, and will now recover 5% of HP when hitting a new map. and then we'll get a random buff from that. Buff bar down below. I think one big complaint about the game so far is that very opaque in terms of what the buffs are. We can't, at least if we use mouse, I'm not seeing like tooltips, what these things do. They're easy enough to figure out what they are based on just sort of checking your items to see what they are, but it's a little frustrating that we can't get like a better pickup here. Wow, Skul. Okay, yeah, I think we talked to him. You lost 2. Yeah, I talked to him before. Then all those guys' deal is can upgrade Skul, and I believe the next tier for the Ent is 30 bones. So we need to get a new Skul. Let's go in here. So I had a really hard time coming here last time I showed up. But now we have infinite bone plus thorns, so I think it's actually pretty strong. So yeah, you'll see here that our Ent friend here cannot do double dashing the way Skul does. But instead, he has a tackle dash. Oops, that was bad. Very clumsy of me. Oh, don't be sorry at all. So yeah, I think the reason why I'm hesitating on giving a lot of like finalized takes on whether or not the game feels good or not is that it's just really hard to tell. Dash going 8 seconds. It seems a little bit. That one seems funky. There's a counter attack on that same head that I think is really strong. I want to see what this is. I don't want to die. I want to see what this is. No. Oh, thank God. No health. F. All right, here we go. Let's release this guy. New NPC. Ogre Peddler. Thank you. You saved me. My bad. They destroyed our castle, stole my things, but I don't know how you got here. This is not Demon King Castle. This is Carlian Castle. Don't know where Demon King is or my things. The Demon King knows where my things are. Probably. Save him, little skeleton. And come back to Demon King Castle. Promise? With my things, of course. So, new NPC possibly back in the castle after this runs over. Alright, new Iron Shoes of Bitter Cold. 20% chance of freezing on enemies that you land on after jumping. And magic attack by 35%. Seems pretty good. Blizzard's a pretty good effect if memory serves. Blizzard gives us a 2% chance to freeze on hit. And Blizzard damage after they unfreeze. And Alchemy gives us a bonus damage on. We need more skulls still. This is the nuns habit, whatever that thing is. Oh God. Okay. Yep. That's my bad. I'm really having a hard time with the castle so far. So anyway, there's the long and the short of the first look at the game. The sort of long and short of the game is that I absolutely am enamored with the system, and I think that Skul himself is great. Like this teleport thing is super clever, really fun. Hey, the ogre's here now. Nice. Okay. New NPC. Let's see what this guy's up to. All right. Looks poor. Take this. Oh, cool. So we get a free item to start the run with as well. So and then we can use Dark Quartz here to get persistent upgrades on this tree here. So that's the game so far. Like I said, the long and short of it is the game feels much like other roguelikes. If you're interested in trying something new, I think give it a shot. The game's not very expensive. It's very lovingly crafted. The environments are absolutely gorgeous, really smooth animations, and the game feels pretty good, especially once you get more powerful. So my suspicion is that as runs go longer and you get more upgrades, the stiffness will go away because the game feels really smooth when it wants to. So I'm suspecting that stiffness is just an early game, like making you sort of get the fundamentals down before it gives you the ability to attack super fluidly. So with all of that and a pretty cute cast of characters, a interesting story that keeps unfolding as you make larger progress through the game, I think it's a lot of fun, and would certainly consider giving it a look if you're interested in this genre. If you're not, this is not going to be your breakout game to get into roguelikes if you haven't tried them before. I don't think this is going to be it. But if you played stuff like Rogue Legacy, like Hades, like especially Dead Cells, and liked it, this is going to be something else up your alley. So give it a shot if you want to see it, and if you want to see more of this game, let me know. I'd be happy to cover more or give a more full review once we're done playing the game. If you did, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel down below and checking out other impressions and reviews that I've done before, or come by the Twitch stream. The Twitch stream runs every night, Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/SLN_TV. Hopefully I'll catch you then. Until next time. Peace.